Jazz. Dr. Mark, every morning, millions of seniors across this country follow the exact same ritual. They reach for a small plastic bottle, pop the cap, and swallow a pill. Maybe it's amlodipine, losartan, or lisinopril. They do this because they've been told it's the only thing standing between them and a stroke or a heart attack. And for many, those medications are life-saving. Jazz. But here is the question almost no one asks in the doctor's office. Is that pill doing all the work? Or is it just a bandage on a system that is starving for the right fuel? I am Dr. William Jazz. After decades of clinical practice and studying nutritional biochemistry, I've seen a pattern that the modern medical establishment often overlooks. We are very good at handing out prescriptions, Jazz, but we are often silent about how the food on your dinner table talks directly to your blood vessels. Today, Jazz, I want to talk to you about one specific vegetable, something likely sitting in your crisper drawer right now, that contains a molecular secret for supporting healthy blood pressure. But there's a catch, Jazz. If you prepare it the wrong way, this superfood can quietly turn into something else entirely. Before we dive into the science, take a second to hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments, Jazz. How long have you been taking blood pressure medication? And have you noticed any changes in your energy or your memory, Jazz? I read every single comment because your stories help shape the research I share here. The hidden language of blood pressure. To understand why this vegetable matters, Jazz, we first have to understand what is actually happening inside your body. Think of your bloodstream like a river delivery system. When you are young, Jazz, the banks of that river, your blood vessels are flexible. They expand and contract easily to let blood flow through. But as we age and as inflammation sets in, those walls can become stiff, Jazz. When you take a medication like amlodipine, it works by relaxing the smooth muscle inside your arteries, so blood flows with less resistance, Jazz. Lisinopril and losartan target a specific enzyme system that usually tightens those vessels. They are powerful tools, but they are external forces, Jazz. What if you could support that flexibility from the inside out? What if you could give your body the raw materials it needs to keep those riverbanks soft and receptive, Jazz? This is where our hero vegetable comes in. Spinach, the nitrate secret. Now, I know what you're thinking. Spinach, I've heard that's healthy since I was a kid. But the why is what matters. Spinach, Jazz, along with its cousins like celery and beet greens, is one of the richest sources of naturally occurring nitrates. In their natural fresh form, these nitrates are biological gold. When you eat them, Jazz, your body converts them into compounds that help support cardiovascular health and contribute directly to healthy blood pressure regulation, Jazz. They act like a natural signal to your blood vessels to relax and open up. This isn't a temporary fix. It's about supporting the fundamental machinery of your circulation, Jazz. But there is a reason I called this a hidden burden if handled incorrectly. In my 15 years of studying oncology and biochemistry, I've watched well-meaning, Jazz, health-conscious people make a mistake that turns this blood pressure hero into a potential villain. The reheating trap here is the part your doctor likely never mentioned, Jazz. When you cook spinach once and eat it fresh, you are getting the full benefit. But the moment you take those leftovers, put them in a plastic container, and slide them into the refrigerator, Jazz, a silent chemical clock starts ticking. Naturally occurring bacteria on the surface of the leaves begin a process of nitrate to nitrite conversion, Jazz. This is the exact same chemical shift found in cured meats, Jazz. When you take that refrigerated spinach the next day and heat it up again, especially in a microwave, you are applying high heat to a vegetable that has already undergone this transformation, Jazz. Under that heat, those nitrites can react with amino acids to produce nitrosamines, Yaz. The World Health Organization and the European Food Safety Authority have flagged these compounds because they are among the most potent dietary carcinogens we know of, Yaz. They are associated with an increased risk of gastric and colorectal cancers. So, if you are eating spinach to save your heart, but you're reheating it every day as part of your meal prep, Yaz, you might be trading one health risk for another. The rule is simple. Eat your spinach fresh or eat your leftovers cold. Do not put them back over the heat, connecting the dots, Yaz. Food versus medication. I want to share a story about a patient of mine, Walter. Walter was 74, a methodical man who did everything his doctor said. He was on amlodipine, Yaz, but he started noticing his ankles were so much he couldn't fit into his shoes. He was terrified it was heart failure. In reality, Yaz, the amlodipine was relaxing his arteries so effectively that blood was rushing into his legs, but his veins couldn't keep up. We didn't just look at his pills, we looked at his lifestyle, Yaz. We found he was also using heart-healthy salt substitutes. Many of these substitutes replace sodium with potassium chloride. While cutting salt is good, Yaz, if you are taking medications like losartan or lisinopril, your body already tends to hold on to potassium, Yaz. Adding more through a substitute can push your levels into a dangerous zone that affects the electrical rhythm of your heart. Walter didn't need more fear. He needed better information, Yaz. We moved him away from the salt substitutes and focused on slow carbohydrates and fresh, nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach and lentils. The blood pressure support team spinach is the captain, Yaz, but every captain needs a team. If you want to support your blood pressure and your overall longevity after 75, you need to stack your habits. Fatty fish, Yaz. Salmon and mackerel are loaded with EPA and DHA. These omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatories, Yaz. Chronic inflammation is often the hidden noise that prevents your blood pressure medication from working at its best. Aim for 2 palm-sized servings a week. Walnut, Yaz. These are rich in polyunsaturated fats that improve the function of the endothelium, the thin lining inside your blood vessels. This lining is the first thing high blood pressure damages, Yaz. Strategic hydration. After age 70, your thirst signals become blunted. You can be dehydrated and not even know it. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, Yaz, making your heart work harder to pump it. Drink 12 to 16 ounces first thing in the morning to prime your system. The second meal effect. Start your day with eggs and avocado, Yaz. Eggs are pure protein and fat with almost no carbs, meaning they don't spike your sugar. Steady blood sugar leads to steadier blood pressure, Yaz. The one thing to watch for tonight if you are on blood pressure medication, there is one more human element we have to discuss. Dizziness, Yaz. Many seniors feel a wobbly moment when they stand up too fast. We often dismiss it as getting older, Yaz, but it's actually your medication doing its job, lowering your pressure, and your body not having a second to compensate. In an older adult, a few seconds of dizziness can lead to a fall, Yaz, and a fall can lead to a hip fracture that changes your life forever. Rise slowly. Sit on the edge of the bed for a moment before standing, Yaz. Give your body the time it needs to catch up with the chemistry. Your action plan. I don't want you to just watch this video. I want you to use it. Here is what I want you to do this week. Step 1, Yaz. Buy a fresh bag of organic spinach. Use it in a salad or lightly wilt it into your morning eggs. Step 2, if you have leftover spinach, do not reheat it, Yaz. Put it in a wrap or eat it cold in a salad the next day. Step 3, take a look at your salt substitute. If it lists potassium chloride and you are on an ACE inhibitor or an ARB, Yaz, have a conversation with your doctor about it. Step 4, If you're taking amlodipine and noticing leg swelling, don't suffer in silence or stop the pill on your own, Gaz. That is a signal your doctor needs to hear so they can adjust your strategy, Gaz. A final thought: the medical system often treats the body like a machine with broken parts that need to be forced back into place with chemicals. But you are not a machine, Gaz. You are a biological system that is remarkably resilient, even at 75, 80, or 85. When you add the right vegetables, when you protect yourself from the chemical changes of reheating, Gaz, and when you understand your medications, you aren't just managing a condition. You are reclaiming your independence. You are ensuring that you can still drive to your own appointments, Gaz, garden in your own yard, and remember the names of your grandchildren. That is what quality of life means. If this helped you connect the dots, please share this video with one person you care about, Gaz. Maybe it's a spouse who rehits their vegetables every day, or a friend who's been complaining about dizzy spells. This information isn't hidden, Gaz, but it's rarely shared where it matters most. At your dinner table.